Man, did Vince McMahon waste no time into having Becky Lynch out of the equation to commence this forceful start of pushing Charlotte into becoming the new badass Becky. You know, I question WWE sometimes. I question Vince sometimes. Can you just fucking go on with what the crowd wants? Can you just go as plans have unfolded, which they were originally, yes, Charlotte was supposed to be the face and Becky the heel. But of course, as months have transpired from the last 3 months, we've seen Becky Lynch claw all the way back up to the SmackDown Women's Championship scene. She became the Women's Champion on SmackDown. And then the unfortunate happened last week, and Nia Jax put her on the shelves with a broken nose and concussion. A week later, now we see Charlotte being portrayed as the badass. You know, having her come out and just do whatever the hell she wants just because she did it for Becky. She fought for Becky. And, beating Billie Kay and Peyton Royce tonight. Thinking that they were Ronda Rousey and she needed to beat the shit out of them. Not only that, we get a very forgettable SmackDown Live tonight, which did nothing. Just waste 2 hours of my time? You know what? Hey, you. Yeah, you're the one that's listening. If you enjoy SmackDown tonight, you're a fucking idiot. Do you know that, right? I'm just telling you right now. What did this SmackDown achieve outside of us wondering what was in Daniel Bryan's mind? What went off for him to attack AJ Styles and kick him in the balls? What else did this SmackDown show tonight do for anybody? SmackDown tonight was an autopilot. Well, we saw The Bar again versus the New Day. And this time, New Day wins. And they win after Big E hits Sheamus with a fucking turkey. A turkey. They just had to one up. They just had to, compete with Raw last night as the Revival lost, via a piñata. Tonight, we're going to have the New Day win via a pinfall over a fucking turkey that Big E used to hit Sheamus for a win. Are you serious? This is all you got. Autopilot at its finest. And not only that, these are your SmackDown Tag Team Champions, by the way, that we're talking about. It's not just a mere tag team match. This is all you fucking got? The Bar versus the New Day every single fucking week. Do we not have the Colognes? We saw them last week on Tuesday. We saw the fucking Ascension. We saw the Bar, the Club, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. Not the Ascension, I'm sorry. Build these teams up so the Bar can have competition. Because, aside from AOP last night, what real competition, what match can we have on SmackDown against the Bar that's not the Usos and the New Day? Who else are we going to move up? Are we going to build up so we can have some real competition on the tag team division on SmackDown? What do we have right now? Nothing. Literally rinse and repeat every single fucking week. And how am I supposed to invest myself in this fucking show? On anything that this show is giving me out to watch. which I found myself dozing off and doing other shit while this fucking show was going on because it was that fucking boring. Again, my question, what did the show achieve tonight? Nothing outside of Daniel Bryan. Because the Charlotte shit, no. Charlotte, you know what? WWE is fucked up for that shit. You know why? Because they are just low. This is pretty much a low blow to Becky Lynch. They're trying to have Charlotte built up back again in full fucking force too, in full force fashion. Just tonight, just beating the shit out of Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, and she beat Billie Kay for starters, and then she went on to face Peyton Royce and beat them twice, and then she just beat the shit out of him. Having Charlotte now look like she's a badass. Stone Cold Charlotte, no bullshit. No, fuck you, WWE. No, that goes to that goes to Becky Lynch, not Charlotte. Because WWE is fucking ass hurt to the point where they tried to get Becky Lynch to be the heel and Charlotte the face, and all that shit it backfired because everyone is sick of seeing Charlotte in the main event fucking scene of the Women's Championship division. They're sick of it. You know why? Because they've seen Becky struggle for 2 years, trying to come up, trying to build herself back up. She finally does it, and you think that the fans are going to boo Becky Lynch? Of course not. Only a fucking idiot could not realize what I'm just saying. So now that Becky Lynch is out of the, she's out, now they're trying to go back to the original plans and have Charlotte be built back up, And, fuck Becky, let's have Becky on the sideline. We're just going to focus on, building Charlotte back up because she was ice cold while she was feuding with Becky Lynch. Becky just had it all soaked in, all the spotlight on her. And rightfully so. And rightfully deservedly so. Because Becky has earned it. Becky has earned where she is right now. But you mean to tell me that you're going to build Charlotte back up into the way that, y'all originally wanted. But of course, you have to wait till Becky Lynch, is out so you can build Charlotte back up. And now you want to make her look like she's cool because she could do whatever she wants. You want to beat the shit out of every woman on the SmackDown division because she beat Ronda Rousey. Not beat Ronda Rousey, but she beat the shit out of Ronda Rousey. Now all of a sudden, now something went off on Charlotte. And now we all got to fucking woo, oh yeah. Let's cheer Charlotte because of what she did. That's WWE being the fuck sneaky. Using all that, putting Becky put Charlotte over that night last week when she hugged her. All that momentum went to Charlotte. Pretty much. That hug Becky just gave all her momentum, she put Charlotte over. And all that Charlotte was carrying on Sunday night, and now WWE is using that, as an excuse to just push Charlotte and just put her on top again. How much you want to bet that before WrestleMania, somehow, some way, Charlotte will be SmackDown Women's Champion again? How much you want to bet? And then Becky will have to, of course, claw her way back up to WrestleMania to fight Charlotte for the Women's Championship. And that's also Ronda if she's included on the match. I kind of like that idea, to be honest with you. But to do what WWE is doing right now, using all of that momentum that Becky had and transfer it to Charlotte, and now have Charlotte look like she trying to replicate Becky Lynch? No. You got me fucked up. I do not buy it. I am not a fucking fool. I'm not an idiot. I see what WWE is doing, and it ain't gonna fucking work. Because once Becky comes back, Becky will be the one to be cheered once again. No matter what the fuck WWE does. Because WWE is trying to get their way, but we as the fans, We know what we want. We want Becky. And Becky will be welcomed, embraced with open arms when she comes back. And Charlotte will go back to where she was. Second, this is the Intensity Podcast. I am your host, StayTrue92. Follow me on social media and on Facebook at StayTrue92, on Twitter and on Instagram at the Intensity Podcast. Follow Kevin Gray. He's the one that made the graphics as you see in the video, the Intensity Podcast logo. Follow him on IG at atomickevin. Follow his artwork as a tattoo artist. Awesome, by the way. We start off tonight with Charlotte coming out to the ring, saying that she wants to beat Ronda Rousey. And she comes out to brag about the beating that she gave Ronda. And then Paige comes out and tells her, you're gonna have to watch your back, because Ronda said last night, if you were listening, that she's gonna find you. So I'm gonna play the promo here, and I will be back with you guys in a second.
This past Sunday, I put the baddest beating on the so-called baddest woman on the planet, and I am damn proud of it. Rhonda, are you walking a little slower today? Are you looking at your bruises and your welts? Are you looking for an apology? Well, you know what? You're not gonna find one, because I'm not sorry. But you know what? This Sunday was for SmackDown. It was for my girls in that locker room. And it was for the champ.
It's for the champ.
Yep.
Yeah, you're damn right it was for Becky, not for you.
You know what, guys? I have spent half my career fighting against Becky Lynch. I have fought with Becky Lynch. And this Sunday, I fought for Becky Lynch.
Yeah, well, you're not Becky Lynch, by the way, just in case you're confused.
Becky told me to go out there and give Ronda the beating that she would. And you know what? I took that to heart. And I made it my mission. And you know what, guys? Mission accomplished. Because you know what Ronda Rousey did? She bowed down. Woo! To the queen! We enjoyed the beating you gave to Ronda. But I don't know if you heard what she said on Monday, but what she said was, she's going to find you, and she's going to finish what you started at Survivor Series. Survivor Series, what? You know what, Paige? When's the next pay-per-view? Is that TLC? Is it TLC? Yeah, I think so. Well, you know what? If Ronda sticks her nose in my business again, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stick her head in another chair and stomp on it a zillion times over and over and over. You want to know why? Because, Paige, no one is going to stop me. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about, Charlotte, and this is exactly why I'm out here. Because you snapped. You snapped. No one can stop you. She put her hands on 5 WWE referees. They were in my way. I get it. It's the heat of the moment, the circumstance. I get it. It doesn't matter. You never, under any circumstance, put your hands on 5 WWE officials. As SmackDown Live General Manager, I will fine you $100,000.
Oh, God.
Hayden, what are you doing? Are you okay? It's like you're in some sort of trance. It's like you're a female Frankenstein. It's like you're Charlotte Flair on Sunday. That's what it is. Got it.
Iconics do nothing for me.
So weird,
Iconics
right?
literally do not do anything for me.
Barbie doll goes psychotic. It's like, hello, is anybody in there? do you a favour by taking those 100 G's. I'm sorry, how much?
The question is, your future is which one of you is going to be the next Ronda Rousey? Because that's your future or your future. Woo!
So fucking forced. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And I hate it. And I hate it. They're trying to have what Becky Lynch was and have it live through fucking Charlotte. I hate it. WWE. You know, they gotta have their fucking queen at the top. You know, like I said, she's out there and she you know, acting like she could do whatever she does and she doesn't give a fuck. So Paige fined her $100,000 because she put her hands on 5 WWE officials after the match was ended in a DQ. You know, and you heard her. They were in my way, so I had to do what I had to do. Whatever. You know, that's something that Becky would say. You know, but like, you know, as I mentioned earlier, they're just trying to have Becky Lynch live through Charlotte. And no, that can't be the fucking case. Because Becky is the one that pulls it off and it's believable. It comes off as natural. You can live it. You can connect with it. You can accept that. You can accept it. When it comes to Charlotte and she does the things that Becky Lynch is doing, you can see how forceful that shit is. It doesn't come off as natural. You know? So, fuck this shit that they're trying to pull off on us, WWE and Vince. And they need to stick with Becky Lynch, which is the real story here, okay? You know, it's funny because I read some report that WrestleMania could have, not a report, I saw a rumor somewhere, I forgot where, that Ronda Rousey will face Charlotte on WrestleMania, and then Becky Lynch will face Nia Jax at WrestleMania. Get the fuck out. Yeah, okay, bullshit. Let me fix that for you. Becky versus Nia Jax, maybe at the Royal Rumble. So we can see Becky beat the shit out of Nia Jax to get her revenge. And then a triple threat match between Becky, Ronda, and Charlotte. Yeah, that's much better. You're not going to fucking tell me that Becky's just going to be cooled off so that way they can have their, you know, they can have their precious queen, Charlotte, you know, take the spotlight from Becky Lynch. Come on now. Man. So Charlotte goes on to face Billie Kay. Charlotte beats Billie Kay via natural selection. Billie Kay can't sell for shit. She looked horrible when she received the natural selection. I'm like, oh my god. Then after that, Charlotte says that she wants to beat Ronda Rousey, you know, like she mentioned earlier. She wants to beat Ronda Rousey. So she asks Peyton Royce to come in the ring and fight. So she hesitates, and Billie Kay says, you know what, go in there, kick her ass, whatever. Then we go to commercials. We come back to the show. Charlotte versus Peyton Royce, and Charlotte won via disqualification after Billie comes in the ring and attacks Charlotte from behind. And then after that, Charlotte snaps again, and she beats on Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, and she throws them out of the ring, beats them both against the table repeatedly, and then throws them against the ring steps, both of them, spears both of them, throws Billie Kay over the commentary table, then throws Peyton Royce over the commentary table, then stands on top of the table, and then she says, you know, the queen, blah, la, la, la. She wants all the glory for herself, trying to be Becky Lynch. Trying to be Becky Lynch. It sickens the fuck out of me. Seriously. It does. It really fucking does. It irks me. It fucking irks me. You know, if you're listening to me, you didn't watch the show, just listen to me. You miss nothing. Outside of the Daniel Bryan promo later that we're going to talk about, that's it. You miss nothing. We have Rey Mysterio's promo. He says that his eyes have seen a lot in his lifetime, good and bad. Superstars of the past and present, but he has never seen anyone like Randy Orton. He says that they go back a decade, but says that this is a more sadistic Randy. He says that I didn't come back to WWE to be a victim of his. That he might be on his A game, but so is he. And just sit and watch. So we have Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio's feud continuing on, where it started back at Crown Jewel when Rey Mysterio eliminated Randy Orton from the World Cup tournament. Meaningless World Cup tournament. No one cares. So that was that as far as Rey Mysterio's promo went. Then we have Miz TV. We had The Miz come out. He welcomes Shane McMahon to Miz TV. He praises him for what he did. He praises Shane McMahon for standing up for the blue brand, for going from coast to coast, And then Shane McMahon says that, after I went for that second coast to coast and Braun Strowman hit me with a clothesline, I forgot everything about everything after that moment. So, The Miz, Shane McMahon asks, usually when you invite your host out, you are the one that asks questions. So, do you have any questions for me? And then Miz is like, you know what? Well, well, I'm going to have to ask you, in proposing fashion, would you team up with me? And I'm like, where is this going? Where is this going? What are we achieving here? I don't see anything coming out of this. And I might be jumping the gun, but I seriously do not see shit coming out of this. Because Miz was once upon a time in mix with Daniel Bryan. Obviously, that was scrapped. Because now it's Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles at TLC, by the way, which was announced tonight on the WWE official page. I'm just sitting here like, okay, so I'm guessing Miz and Shane McMahon will have a feud, and Miz will be face, and Shane McMahon will be a heel. That's the only way I see it. According, especially after I've seen how the Miz has been behaving in the past couple weeks. He says, Shane says like, I'm banged up, whatever. But you know what? Sorry. If you're a real man, whatever, like he said to Shane McMahon, you will team up with me tonight. And they do. Shane McMahon teams up with The Miz. And out comes the Bryant brothers with a very, very intimidating theme, which used to be Lars Sullivan's theme. And I know this because I used to watch Lars Sullivan before he debuted on the show in NXT on Wednesdays. I saw him at house shows, and that used to be his theme before the freak theme that he has now. And they go on. Shane McMahon never comes into the ring, and Miz loses when one of the Bryant brothers roll up The Miz for an upset victory. And my question again is, what did this achieve? Did this achieve anything? Absolutely not, because SmackDown just fucking put a fucking lazy fucking show. They put all their fucking effort in Survivor Series, some effort, And now we're just, we'll just have the show go on autopilot. We're not going to put any effort on this shit, Whatever we come up with that comes up in our heads first, we'll write that down. We'll go with it. That's pretty much what SmackDown was tonight. So that happens. And then we have the first ever Thanksgiving feast fight. New Day. Out in the ring with a table full of food. Turkey, squash, whatever, salad, whatever you want to whatever you eat on turkey on Thanksgiving Day. And I'm just sitting there like, when is it that the New Day is going to stop with these fucking food themed matches bullshit, Like, I love the New Day, but it's time, man. It's time for a fucking change. It's time for a change. It's time for a fucking change. The Bar comes out and they face the New Day, and This match was all over the place. I could give two fucks about it because I've seen it so many fucking times. I've seen it last week, and now I've seen it this week, tonight on SmackDown. How many times are we got to see the same match? How many times are we got to see the same fucking tag team? How many fucking times are we going to see SmackDown just put no fucking effort on these goddamn shows? Seriously. You have the bar. You have the club. You got the colognes. Just bring the fucking tag teams from Raw as well and just merge them both. That way you can have a competitive tag team division. Fuck the brand split already. Because the brand split has done nothing for both shows. Nothing. If you at least mix these tag team divisions between Raw and SmackDown together, then you can have a tag team division. And even then, I question WWE's booking on how they can build up these tag teams. Because all of them are fucking dead. The Revival are dead. The Ascension is dead. The B Team is dead. The Club is dead. The Clones are dead. Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, now they're all of a sudden, now they beat AOP last week and I'm supposed to take them serious. What tag teams are there on the fucking main roster that I can take serious that can be a revival threat to the bar? I'm tired of the Usos. I'm tired of the New Day. Don't get me wrong, I like them. But it's fucking old. It's old. It's old. I've seen those matches one too many fucking times. How am I supposed to bet on this shit? How am I supposed to take the fucking tag team on SmackDown Live serious when Big E beats Sheamus with a fucking turkey? Are you fucking kidding me? So they just had to go up against Raw last night when the Revival lost via distraction over a fucking piñata. And tonight, Sheamus loses to a fucking turkey. And I could give two fucks about the Big Show. Big Show needs to be the fuck away. He needs to get the fuck away out of TV. Big Show on 2018 is not fucking entertaining at all. I'm tired of the Big Show. He will be forever known as the many faces and heel turns guy. You know? I'm tired. The tag team division on both shows is dead. Outside of AOP on Raw, which is the only credible team. And then on SmackDown, you got New Day, The Bar, and the Usos, and that's it. That's all you got. My goodness. I gave two shits. I gave two shits over this match. It did nothing. You know, what's the word? Fucking. It didn't drive anything forward. It was just a fucking match just to be a fucking match. A Thanksgiving feast fight. Who gives a fucking shit? Put some effort in these fucking shows. The Royal Rumble is right around the corner. Start building people up. Do something. I don't know. Fuck. The lack of creativity in this fucking show tonight. It's just fucking baffling, man. It's sickening. It's sickening. And you make your fucking SmackDown Tag Team Champions look like fucking shit. Losing over a fucking turkey. Oh my God, bro. We got Randy Orton promo. He says, some people think that the mask, as he's holding Rey Mysterio's mask, that the mask represents culture, pride. To Randy, it represents nothing, and it deserves to be destroyed just like the person wearing it. He says that everyone was excited when Rey Mysterio came back, and they were all full of excitement, but all of the other people, the fans, will be full of disgust after he shows to everyone what he'll do to Rey, all because of the three most destructive letters in sport entertainment, RKO. We have that. Then we have another meaningless fucking match that I did not give two fucks about. Women in Tag Team Purgatory. Mandy and Sonya are given the Jobbers entrance. They're already in the ring as the show comes back on from commercials. Then we have Asuka and Naomi come out. Again, a match that did nothing. A match that I found myself laying back down and I almost went to sleep. You know, this is why I would never even have a fucking friend of mine, somebody to come, hey man, you know what, come over. Watch the show with me. Watch SmackDown with me. Watch Raw with me. This show is a fucking embarrassment, man. On its current fucking state, it is fucking shit. Another meaningless match. You got how many fucking meaningless matches? You got The Miz and Shane McMahon versus the Bryant Brothers. New Day versus The Bar. Charlotte versus Peyton Royce. Charlotte versus Billie Kay. Now we have Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville versus Naomi and Asuka. Asuka winning after she locks the Asuka lock on Sonya Deville. Great! What's next? How much you want to bet this is a 6-women tag match next week? How much you want to bet? You want to bet? Psh, if you bet against me, you're a fucking idiot. Nothing. It achieved nothing. Then we have the one part of the show which was worth watching. You know, this show did nothing. Literally, this show did do nothing at all. From the women just, you know, WWE claiming there's an evolution upon us and everything. Fucking putting these women in fucking tag team purgatory. I don't know what to say, man. I really don't know what else to fucking say. I don't know. I don't know what the show needs. Oh, you know what? I know what it needs. It needs a fucking new creative fucking team. And it needs Triple H, probably. In the main fucking roster, directing shit how it's supposed to go. Just like he does have everything go flawlessly and smooth on 205 Live and NXT. And yes, I'm still sick. That's why I have the sniffles and I'm coughing. And I'm coughing still. So excuse me. Jesus. Daniel Bryan promo. This promo, I've got to say, it was great. He just fucking sounded mankind-ish. Raven, just speaking in third person, using analogies. This was a great promo, man. Like, I loved every single bit of it. I'm going to play the promo real quick here so you guys can listen, and then I'll be back with you guys.
I don't expect these people to understand this. But this explanation isn't for them. This is for you. Because you see, Daniel Bryan committed an act of betrayal. That act of betrayal was nearly 3 years ago when Daniel Bryan stood in front of all these people and announced his retirement. Daniel Bryan realized his mistake, he learned his lesson, and he decided to fight. And so he went all across the country and saw all these different doctors, and under their recommendations, he spent 3 hours every single day inside of a hyperbaric chamber. It was meant to speed up the healing process, but it did way, way more than that. It allowed Daniel Bryan the silence and the isolation he needed to meditate on his new mantra: fight for your dreams, and your dreams will fight for you. And it worked. How else would you explain it? How else would you explain the miracle that against all odds, Daniel Bryan returned to the ring? But for these people, it was just a moment. They weren't there for the struggle. They weren't there for the pain. They weren't there with the fights with his family over this obsession. They didn't have to endure the psychiatrist and the therapist telling him that he just needed to move on. The only people who moved on were these people. And you can hear it as we speak, as these idiots chant AJ Styles. And so, when the referee was down, you didn't allow Daniel Bryan to give up on his dreams. Daniel Bryan's dreams took over. Daniel Bryan's dreams did what they were programmed to do inside of that hyperbaric chamber. And Daniel Bryan's dreams kicked AJ Styles in the balls. Daniel Bryan's dreams told him to allow Brock Lesnar to beat the weakness out of him, and there would be a new emergence after that match. And there has been. You see, the old Daniel Bryan, the Daniel Bryan that these people loved, that Daniel Bryan is dead. The Yes Movement is dead. And all that's left is you. The new Daniel Bryan. The WWE Champion. And the only thing that matters is that you never, ever give up on your dream. Ever again.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your WWE Champion, the new Daniel Bryan.
So there you have it, people. Daniel Bryan, this Daniel Bryan that we have right now, tonight on SmackDown. Last week, so the way he was speaking, the way he explained things. Last week we had a little bit of the Daniel Bryan that we all fell in love with 4 years ago. The Daniel Bryan that led the Yes Movement. The Daniel Bryan that was the underdog. The Daniel Bryan that had to retire 3 years ago. And the Daniel Bryan that we seemingly forgot about, in his words. According to him, on Sunday night, Daniel Bryan let Brock Lesnar beat him and beat every single inch of the old Daniel Bryan that was in him. And this is brilliant stuff right here. He proclaims, he states, that the dream that he had, follow your dreams and your dreams will become reality. He let his dreams drive him. And while he was in the chamber or whatever, I forgot the word he was saying, this dream was the dream said that, he had to kick AJ Styles in the balls. And that the dream took over, and literally whatever it took for him to be WWE champion, the dream did so. So pretty much the dream has taken over Daniel Bryan, and now Daniel Bryan proclaims himself as the new Daniel Bryan. And that was a fantastic fucking promo by Daniel Bryan. I like this Daniel Bryan, actually, more than the fucking the Yes Movement Daniel Bryan. He stated that the old Daniel that y'all loved is dead. The Yes Movement is dead. No more yes, no more no, none of that shit. It's the new Daniel Bryan now. He grew out of that shit. And now he's going on to face AJ Styles at TLC, which there's reports of AJ Styles, by the way, working on a new contract. which will grant AJ Styles fewer dates and similar to the contract of Randy Orton, which he has, excuse me, appearances here and there, not a full-time contract. Which, in all honest opinion, AJ Styles deserves every single bit of that contract and the money to come, because the man has busted his fucking ass throughout his whole fucking life, and now he's what, a U.S. champion and a 2-time WWE champion. What more does he have to prove? He deserves it. And I'm pretty sure that after this match on at TLC on December 16th, that contract will take place. It will be in effect. So, but there you have it, man. Daniel Bryan, man, third person, just unleashing his inner mankind. He sounded like mankind. He sounded like he was he was psychotic, like he was up in his head, and now he has something taking over him. The dream of him becoming WWE champion. Just, pretty similar to what Johnny Gargano is doing on NXT, as he stated that, he thinks he's doing everything right. To some people, he did what he did, and everyone freaks out, but he still thinks he's doing what everything right. In his eyes, he's done nothing wrong. And that's kind of the same kind of thing that Daniel Bryan has going on here. The dream took over, and I'll do whatever it takes, and I'll be WWE champion. Whatever gets in my way, I'll make sure to bring it down. Not gonna let anything stop me from what I want to get to. Johnny Gargano's case, Tommaso Ciampa. Daniel Bryan's case, WWE Championship. So there you have it, guys. Then we have the main event, Randy Orton versus Rey Mysterio. This match did not disappoint. Two veterans in the ring. We haven't seen Rey versus Randy Orton in a long time. And this match, man, the spot where Randy Orton, excuse me, Rey Mysterio, what happened? Rey Mysterio went for a dropkick, baseball slide dropkick. He kicked Randy Orton while he was outside. Then we see Rey Mysterio does do his usual slide that turns into a DDT. Another great fucking RKO for the records. Put that in your compilation of best RKOs ever. Rey Mysterio slides under the bottom rope, slides to the outside, and Randy Orton catches it with an RKO, which left Rey Mysterio lifeless. He was out. I was talking about, I was not even moving. And man, it's just a joy to see Randy Orton, man. This sadistic Randy Orton. I love this heel Randy Orton. It's the Randy Orton we missed, that we haven't seen in a while. The legend killer like Randy Orton, which is not the same, of course, but a way better Randy Orton as a heel than in the face. He should never, ever go back to being a babyface for the remainder of his career. But during the match, Randy Orton was pulling the mask, ripping it little by little. And then after he hits the RKO, when Rey Mysterio slides on the bottom rope, he carries Rey Mysterio inside the ring, stands him up, hits another RKO for the 1-2-3 victory. Then he goes outside, gets a chair, brings Rey Mysterio out, puts the chair, Randy puts Rey Mysterio's chairs in between where the back of the chair where your back goes and the seats. He put his head in between that. He slammed the chair on the ring post, and Rey Mysterio's mask came off. And they did not show his face. We just seen that he's bald. He has a shaved face. And that was pretty much SmackDown tonight, man. They just continuing Rey Mysterio versus Randy Orton's feud. This is not major. This is just something that, it's besides the big story here, which is Daniel Bryan and Charlotte. They're trying to make Charlotte, a big deal now. That was pretty much your fucking SmackDown Live, which is fucking absolute shit. This show was an autopilot from start to finish, except for that Daniel Bryan promo, and that's because he's given control over what he wants to do. My God, I can't even talk. Jesus Christ, he has creativity, power on his character. That's why he went heel. He pitched the idea, he went heel. So, there you have it. You did not miss anything on this edition of SmackDown Live. Nothing. Save yourself the 2 hours. Delete the episode off your DVR and just listen to the Intensity Podcast, which is the best wrestling podcast you can listen to keep up with your WWE needs. So, that's been your review here tonight, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please leave a like on this video. Comment below. What are your thoughts on the show? What do you think of this garbage? Because it was garbage. Show was garbage. Except for the Daniel Bryan promo. Subscribe. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Follow me on Facebook at Stay292. On Instagram and Twitter at The Intensity Podcast. Follow Atomic Kevin. My buddy Kevin Gray. And I will see you guys tonight for NXT review. A night where we actually enjoy what we're watching. This has been Stay True 92. I'm signing off. I'll see you guys tomorrow night.